Next level.
Next level. Yo guys, what is up? I'm BenGingi.
And I'm Zikki.
And today we're gonna make Yemenite Malawah two ways. I'm gonna make it the traditional way with soft butter and Nigella seeds, and Zikki gonna get freaky with...
I'm putting sauteed leeks and butter in mine with Dukkah, and then in the dough, I'm putting a little bit of sage.
Ooh, look at you, fancy woman.
It's gonna be delish.
Malawah two ways, let's go! So, today we are making malawach and we need very few ingredients. We have flour, water, salt, and lots of butter for the shaping later. Let's start. So, we start by pouring the flour all in the bowl, adding the salt. I'm adding Nigella seeds to my dough.
And I'm gonna add sage.
Give a good whisk.
Mix.
Amazing. Now adding all the water in.
Okay.
And starting to knead the dough. We don't have any leavening agent, not sourdough, no yeast, no baking powder inside. Simply water, flour, salt, and flavoring. Mine is Nigella.
And I have sage in here.
Any fun facts about malawach? So malawach is a Yemenite dough, unleavened flatbread, which we are simply doing a very simple dough, and then when it's proof and divided, we will brush it with a lot of oil, a lot of butter, and Zikki gonna add some leeks that she fried in butter and homemade Dukkah that we made. Once you collected all the flour and you get a cohesive dough, we are moving to the working surface. And as we always knead the dough, one hand is rotating and the other one is kneading.
Oh my god, I think I finally have a hang.
Okay. Mine is ready.
Amazing. I wonder why mine's still lumpy.
So I'll oil it properly and cover with the towel.
That looks amazing.
Set aside.
So is this something you can do in a mixer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
I always prefer to work my dough by hand. It's given me more control.
Yeah, I
and
can see that. Totally.
never over knead it. Also the mixer, when it's worked the dough, it's heating up the dough a little bit.
Oh, right. Wow! Look at how beautiful she is!
Perfect sage malawach dough.
Yes.
Oil.
When do we incorporate the Dukkah?
When you open and shape.
Nice.
Oil it, place it upside down first, and cover with the towel.
So smooth. Looking good.
Looking very good. So, after we let the dough rest for about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, it doesn't really matter because there is no yeast inside, so you can let it sit for as long as you want. The more you let it sit, the easier it will be to stretch it. I will show you how I shape my malawach, and then you will shape yours.
That sounds like a plan.
Okay, so here we have the dough.
Woo! Shalom Nijelush.
I'm taking it out of the bowl. No, come on. Thank you.
Wow.
Cut it into 4 pieces, putting them aside and cover them in the bowl. Oiling the surface.
Mamma mia. Oh, is this kind of like the burek?
Kind of the burek. But here we are working with a rolling pin.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Open it as thin as we can. The thinner we open it, the more layers we will have at the final result.
That's very cool.
And as I said before, if you feel that the dough is not stretching enough, it's totally fine. Just give it few minutes of rest and it will open much better.
Have you ever always done it with Nigella?
I love it with Nigella, yes. Now we are taking a soft butter, about this size. Let's start with that.
I feel like the theme of this winter is soft butter. We use it for everything.
And I recommend, I did it before with melted butter, and it's much easier to roll and shape the dough with a soft butter.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel like
Otherwise
melted butter would be crazy.
Yeah, it will just go out and will stick all over.
This is my favorite part.
Taking the dough and give it just a little fold. Taking some of the butter and brushing it here as well. The butter will actually separate the dough layers.
Like a croissant.
Exactly, so they're not sticking to each other. The fat will avoid it. A little fold also from the other side. More butter. And now, rolling it.
Oh, wow. Okay. So then you switch directions.
Yes.
And here you don't have to keep applying butter.
No, because we already have. The table is oiled.
There's lots of butter to keep everything
Exactly.
buttery.
And every time that I'm rolling, I'm stretching it a little bit towards me.
Why'd you guys lock me out?
Some guy's nightmare.
Yeah. I can see that.
And now, after we finish, it doesn't really matter if it's even or not. We roll it.
Right.
We roll it on itself and kind of trying to hide the other tip underneath.
All right. So we are getting this area oiled. Nice. Excited to open mine. Looking very nice. And we're just gonna flip him over. Great. Honey, could you put that to the side for us? Thank you. Great. All right, like you said, let's go into 4. All right, so now I'm opening this piece up. Wow, the dough feels incredible. Very similar to the barrette dough, I feel in my fingers.
And then in that
Stage.
you can actually start to open it with your hands a little bit, or by literally.
Wow, it's really moving. Like it's a viscous dough.
Like open it with your hands, or do it that like this. As we said, with your fingers underneath, you see?
Yes.
Not pointing because it will tear the dough, like this, and stretching it a little bit. Okay?
Yes. All right, so we're gonna start with butter.
Yeah. And also with butter, like we are opening the dough, we are not brushing it like this, we're brushing it more like that.
Okay, so using the base of my fingers rather
Exactly. Fantastic. A little bit more butter.
Today for my malawach, I am adding leeks that are cooked in butter. I use the entirety of the leek so you can see that there's lots of nice dark green pieces in here. I think it's gonna give a wonderful textural situation here. And then we're also going to be using some crushed up Dukkah, which is a lovely Egyptian spice. That one I'm gonna be like a baker, like you tell me.
Exactly.
I don't want so much, but
Yeah, it has a very strong flavor, so
yeah,
like
I don't want it to be overpowering, especially with the sage.
one side, not all the way,
Not all the way.
a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Yeah, like until here.
Do I need to butter it again?
Perfecto. A little bit, just butter your hand mostly, and just like by touching, you're like adding more. Exactly. And then start to roll. Not from the sides, one side, then you're following to the center and to the other side, and you're like playing on the dough while you roll it. It's gonna be gorgeous malawach. Fantastic. Okay guys, so after 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, as we said before, it doesn't really matter how much time you let the dough rest. The more you let it, the more it will stretch. Amazing. So now, these are our beautiful babies. I will take first mine, and then you will do yours, Zikki.
Great.
Placing it. Tap on it. Tap it.
Tap it.
Tap it.
Tap it.
And then
Tap it. Slap it.
lightly roll it. We are not putting any pressure. We're just rolling it. Turning. And keep rolling. Exactly. Opa. Perfecto. This is the size that we want, the size of your pan. If you have a bigger pan, you can even open it bigger. If you have a bigger pan, you can open it bigger, but that's the size that we want. That's the thickness, as you can see here. Yeah. Taking it with us to the kitchen. Okay? So we start by turning on the heat, bringing it to medium heat. And that's the time to add our butter. Are we ready?
All right.
Take one of yours.
Wow, this guy is loaded.
You can honestly also open it with your hands only. You don't need to roll it with a rolling pin. If it feels much comfortable for you, do it. How does it feel?
Great.
I think your dough is telling you leave me alone. And
She looks good.
fantastic. Now, gently, we'll take it to the kitchen and cook. And now it's the time to flip. Yeah? Decisive. Mamma mia! Turning the heat a little bit down and covering with the lid. It will help to steam it and to make it even more fluffy. Perfect. Cover with the lid. And we got our sexy malawach.
Yoo-hoo!
Look at that sexy malawach. This
Mamma
is
mia.
mine, the traditional one, with only butter and Nigella seeds. And
My malawach is with sauteed leeks and butter, a little bit of crushed dukkah, and crushed sage in the dough.
amazing. Can't wait to try it.
Wah, 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 wah.
No need for the knife besides to hear this sexy voice. Are you with us? Bring to us our two dips for that malawach. That will be the Yemenite schug, that is a paste made of cilantro, cumin seeds, garlic, chili, oil and salt. And we have here freshly grated tomatoes with olive oil and salt.
Mamma mia.
Amazing. The best
Looks
pairing
incredible.
for that.
It's, yes.
You want to start with yours?
No, let's start with the traditional.
Okay, let's start with the traditional. So, I'm gonna open it.
Oh my gosh.
Look at all these layers.
Olivia!
Olivia! That's due to the fact that we incorporated the butter, so it doesn't allow the dough to stick to each other. We are taking a piece.
Wow, we have so many layers in there.
So many layers. We are
Woo! The tomatoes are gonna cut through the fat so beautifully, and then just the schug is gonna just be an additional.
Look at this bite. Unreal, guys. And
My God, I love this. It's my favorite food in the world. Honestly, there's no other food. Yo, mama.
it's amazing. All my childhood, I used to eat the frozen ones that you literally take from the freezer and directly to the pan, and the homemade.
Next level.
Next level. Not a lot of
Wow.
people know. Honestly, not a lot of people know.
Wow.
Not a lot of people know the exact flavor of the malawach when it's fresh. And I'm telling you guys, definitely worth the work.
This is an outrageous dish. I'm just like,
One of the best breakfast that ever can be done. Look at that.
look at those layers.
Look at the layers. It's like insane. So many layers inside with the tomato
Oh my gosh.
and the schugush.
That's dirty. Oh my God. Now for the innovative one with lots of funky stuff. Oh my God. Wow. Look at this. Look at all the gorgeous layers of the save. Oh my God, the leeks in there. Wow, they really incorporated really nicely. We are finishing this. We're taking a big bite in here. You wanna try this, honey?
Yeah. I would
Okay.
love to.
Wow.
How is it?
It's gonna blow your mind.
It's look for me like a better version of the malawach.
It's so gentle on the additional flavorings, but it's almost like it's just complementing the dough.
Wow.
Whew. Wow, the coriander seeds really come out, really match nicely with the schug.
I could really get it that it's like this is a dough by itself, like a pastry by itself, not an interpretation of the malawach. Delicious combination. The leeks and the dukkah works perfectly in the dough with the butter.
Unbelievable.
Unreal.
Nice
Great
job, baby.
takeoff. Guys, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Ben&Zikki Baking the World.
No, thank you so much. Seriously, guys, we had so much fun with you today making two different versions of a traditional malawach. This one with the Nigella seeds, this one with the leeks. We had so much fun. Thank you so much.
That's the time, guys, to press the subscribe button down there, and if you don't do it, it's totally fine. I will come after you.
Oh my God, that's a wrap.
Yes!